Shalom Ashpaka. I wanted to bring to people's attention in this video ways to get around the digital identification that is going about and that it will be mandated for us. I want to bring to light the Amish people. In the event a digital ID is mandated, Amish communities are likely to pursue religious exemption and accommodations, as they have historically done with other technologies that conflict with their beliefs. A full rejection of the mandate would likely lead to significant challenges for their ability to access necessary services. I just want it to be known right now, Mashpaka, that Amish people have been fighting and winning these fights in courts for technology and requirements, even such things as photo identification. Photo IDs for decades, some old order Amish have sought exemptions from photo identification requirements based on their interpretation of the second commandment, which warns against graven images. Some states, like Illinois, have passed laws allowing non-photo IDs for religious reasons. In 2019, the U.S. government settled a lawsuit with an Amish couple granting a waiver for photo requirements on a U.S. citizen application. Another thing that I want to point out, Social Security. Mashpaka, Social Security. Since the 1960s, a religious exemption has existed for Amish individuals, allowing them to opt out of paying into receiving Social Security and Medicare benefits. To do this, they file an IRS Form 429, a process that requires a Social Security number for processing, though they can request that an official card not be sent to them. I just want it to be known, Mashpaka, that they have exceedingly won legal challenges. The Amish people have also won court cases protecting their ways of life from technology mandates such as requirements for modern septic systems in 2021, and Supreme Court ruled in their favor of religious freedoms challenged into a Minnesota law. Now, Mashpaka, I'm not saying that you have to declare yourself an Amish person if you are seeking to stay in America and not receive this digital identification. Let's get into some challenges. Legal challenges for religious accommodations, national and state level Amish communities, often with support from civil liberty groups, which would likely file lawsuits under religious freedom protections to be exempt from any mandatory digital ID system. Negotiations for non-digital alternatives. The Amish have previously collaborated with government agencies like the IRS and Department of Motor Vehicles to find identification methods that do not compromise their beliefs. They would advocate for a right to paper and other non-digital alternatives to access essential services. Mashpaka, these people are smart. They are finding loopholes and ways around this stuff. I'm not saying to become Amish. I'm saying to learn the ways that Amish do to get around these things. Declare sovereignty over these rules that are going on, mandating you to have this stuff. Seek freedoms through Yahuwah, not a religion, but a belief system. Limited and modified adoptions. If accommodations are not fully granted, some Amish businesses might adopt limited controlled versions of technology for practical purposes, but use outside consultants to manage the digital infrastructure. For example, some businesses already use off-site phones or computers to interface with the modern economy. Some of these people that are in these groups would seek to be super isolated, and they will not be able to obtain medical care from hospitals or be able to sell goods. But the big challenge that they will face is potential exclusion. A mandatory non-exemptable digital ID system would present an extreme challenge. It could severely limit access to medical care, banking, and commercial activities for many within the communities, unless their legal efforts are successful in securing robust exemptions. Mashpaka, if you are staying in America, okay, follow this line of where it's going, because the Amish people have been winning these battles with the government for many years, and they have been excluding themselves. I'm saying that people of Yahuwah that are tending to stay in America, that are not going to move someplace else, again having more troubles, when the Amish people have been doing this for generations and winning. There is a way to look at this, Mashpaka. We can seek to have sovereignty from these rules. Pay attention to this information and start looking up and keeping up to date with what it will be done. and use the same template that they're doing for yourselves and your family or whatever community you're trying to build. That is all, Mashpaka. Ahaba U Shalom.